Second, we'll need to add a few things to the Android manifest. GCM requires several permissions. Sunshine is actually already requesting one of these, which is Internet, which we obviously will use to communicate with Google and with our fake server. So we can go ahead and check this one off the list. The next permission is Wake Lock, which is technically optional depending on whether you want to keep the processor from sleeping when you receive a message. We are going to include it, however, because the receiver that we will use to get downstream messages is the provided GCM receiver, which extends from Wakeful Broadcast Receiver. Unless you intend to write your own receiver and to not use a Wakeful Broadcast Receiver, this permission is not optional for you. The receive permission is what allows our app to register to receive messages, so you obviously need this one. And finally, the message permission is a custom permission made using our package name so that no other Android app can register to receive messages intended for our app, those sneaky little eavesdroppers. So first you'll need to actually declare the permission, and then you can register to use it. Beyond the permissions, we'll need to inform the app of 4 new classes we will be using. The first is a declaration of GCM receiver, which handles downstream messages sent via GCM to your app. Because this service wants to receive messages only from the GCM framework, add the send permission for Google Cloud Messaging to the receiver. Note that we aren't requesting a permission here, but requiring one instead. Requiring this permission means that anything trying to send a message to this receiver must provide the send permission, which ultimately protects our receiver from bogeyman senders. If you want to support pre-4.4 KitKat devices, you'll need to add an additional action, not just for receiving, but now also for registration, to the intent filter declaration for this receiver. But once you have all of this, you're good to go on this declaration. Then we have a declaration of a GCM listener service, which enables various aspects of handling messages, such as detecting different downstream message types, determining upstream send status, and automatically displaying simple notifications on the app's behalf. And that is our second class down. Finally, we have to create a service that extends Instance ID Listener Service to handle the creation, rotation, and updating of registration tokens. So this is a big one. These are all of the required classes that we need. However, I'm also going to have you add one more declaration for a helper service, which we will discuss later.